another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Sport here on a Wednesday. Barnes, Tony, Domac, and as Tony would say, it's hump day. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well on this hump day, Brian. Let's go. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, almost to Friday.
In a renewed sense of optimism for you, the Mets over 500 now, huh?
I mean, yeah, of course you want to be stoked about that, but hey, man, still have my trepidations, okay? We played Pittsburgh. The Pirates did a lot to shoot themselves in the foot. I'm sure we'll get into it. But yeah, you got to be hyped for it. Mendoza, all right.
Wow. Okay. How's it going, Domac?
It's going pretty good, dude. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go today, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I have a new love. I've found new love for black attire, as we're talking about on the show. So much to get to. Obviously, tomorrow, we're gonna have the start of not only the RBC Heritage, but also I just realized that they're doing
the double dip.
Yeah, the Corrales Punta Cana Championship. So that's gonna be underway. Obviously, a lot smaller person there. We'll talk about that. And I didn't even realize, Tony, that last year. So it's already crazy, like how a year's gone by. We were at the Horseshoe and the RBC Heritage. That was the playoff with Fitzpatrick and Speed. And from like 180 yards out, he got it within a couple feet. Matthew Fitzpatrick to beat Jordan Speed. It's crazy the playoffs that we were at the Horseshoe.
I was gonna say we had like a good couple weeks
Wyndham
Wyndham Clark. Oh
Open.
My God, dude, those were great.
Yeah,
such great TV.
Yeah, exactly. So I am amped up for that. And definitely looking forward to this afternoon. Should be able to sneak in a round. I'm thinking Smith Richardson.
Wow, dude,
nice.
Never been.
Oh yeah.
No, I've never been. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. No, you'd like it. It's what they did with the Klaus. Because have you been there, Dominic?
No.
What they did with the Klaus is crazy because it used to be one of those like shitty, have your boiled dirty water dog, Tony. Not Staten Island water though, so that is good, right?
All right. Yep.
And then they completely leveled the clubhouse, new cart barn, and then put in Boca. And the bar is huge. Get your lobster roll, your steak, your seafood tower. It's unbelievable, and put a couple million into the course, so it's in really good shape.
Couple mil.
First team, I
shekels.
think I had sent this to you guys last year when I played there, but they have a plaque of JJ Henry, who I guess technically is still on the PGA Tour, but one of those guys that just plays like alternate events, not old enough, to play on the senior tour.
That's dope.
But really looking to right the ship today. Maybe approach the 80s, but I mean that might be a little bit of a tall task, but. Just depends on the driver, I guess.
How much confidence you have in it?
I would say on a turnaround, which at this point would be my best round of the season, I'll give a 38% confidence rate. So
okay, all right. We can work on those numbers.
Yeah.
Puncher's chance.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know how I said I was going to go golfing on that thing, dude? Turns out not at Fairchild.
Where is it?
Grassy Hill.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. So actually a little backstory. It'd be hilarious. Like, I don't think he is watching, but if he is watching, he will, I guess, crack up about this. But Stacks, he grew up in Orange, and technically Grassy Hill is in Orange.
Yeah.
And he plays there all the time, but he's moving now to Fairfield. But right now he lives, a couple minutes away.
Right.
And let's just put it this way, like, the shape of the course, like, definitely far exceeds Fairchild for sure. But I don't know. I just have never liked it.
Really?
And he's big on it, but I think, convenience obviously is a big part of that. And it was funny. He was trying to get me to actually play there today. And I'm just like, I told him for like 5 years, it's like, I'm not like, I'll play there once a year, but I don't really like this course. Because have you played there or no?
No, I gotta start playing different courses. I've only really played at Oxford, Silo Point, and Fairchild.
Oh yes, there's a lot.
I haven't
of
played
courses
many,
for you
yeah.
to play.
Yeah, dude.
How hard is Oxford, by the way? Huh? Oh my god,
Dude, it's just a pain in the ass because every hole is on a slant. Like if you hit you can hit the ball right down the middle, and the ball ends up being all the way down in the left rough because it runs down the slant. I mean,
and then how about that number 3 hole?
Yeah, the par 5.
I can only imagine what you would say about this hole, Tony.
Really?
It's
not
like
only
600 yards uphill.
Yeah,
literally.
Really?
literally. Like not only is
Tight
it like
fairway,
600
too.
yards, it's tight.
What?
It's uphill.
Yeah.
And then after you tee off your second shot, it's either your second or third shot. Halfway through the hole, there's like 2 levels of the fairway. So like if you miss left, you're like down here, and the fairway's like up here, and then the green is like up here. So you got to hit even farther uphill.
Oh my!
It is
God,
a pain in
dude.
the ass.
That sounds horrible.
I would say scoring average, dead serious, is probably 8.5 for that hole for me.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, they've said it's like one of the hardest holes in Connecticut. I don't know how they do those ratings. But yeah, but nice course too. That's the tough part. But it's so hard. But it's always in good shape. But what I was saying about Grassy is, and Renee, how are you? I know that didn't smoothly flow there. But so is it set, Tony? Like, are you?
I was told they're calling to confirm today.
Okay.
And then after today, confirmation will be at hand.
So you'll see, like, if you
so what's your problem with it? Like, what?
So the greens, okay, nothing sticks. So like we were just talking about this, like chipping and stuff.
Yeah.
Great chip off the back every single time. The greens suck.
So they're super fast.
Yeah. So that's why I don't like it. The super sloped, I guess, is the right.
Oh,
way to say it. And then number 2, just scenery wise, I don't know. It's just I like
the pictures. That seems really nice, honestly.
You know, I maybe because I've probably the first time I played there when I was 12. No, but like you could even argue, okay, like it looks probably nicer than Gainer, but I don't know. I've never enjoyed playing there, and like I said, I think it's just really at the end of the day, it is the greens. But yeah, so it's just so ironic that you happen to say that.
Well, I'll be there on Sunday.
But and also too, because obviously I'm all about all of us going golfing, like future. Like if we had to play there, yes, I would go. But
the par 3, dude.
But I have to say, I think I would take the red course over it though. I have to say, just because, Domac, you get that too. It's like, who wants to play a course where you can't land anything on the green?
Yeah, no.
Like I actually hit a good approach shot, and then it's just gonna roll off because
it's not even worth it.
No. So be interested to see if that comes together though. To me.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it, dude. I've been golfing for a while. It's been a nice little Sunday, 10:30 a.m. first tee time. So
nice, dude. Nice.
Let's go, dude. I'm pretty pumped. Have a relaxing, golf outing. Hopefully it's relaxing. I don't know. If I do well, I guess it will be.
Yeah. And is it gonna be like a best ball, or you don't even know?
At this point, I have no idea. I would imagine they'll do best ball, but I mean, I guess time will tell, dude.
What do you think of best ball, Domac?
I think it's great for when you first start.
Yeah.
But once you know how to play, it's kind of like
you want your score.
Yeah, you want your score.
Yeah.
But I will say, when I first started playing, and like especially when I first started playing with my other friends, it's great to like keep the pace of play going. So you're able to bring your buddies who like don't know how to play or like are learning how to play, and like they're good enough where they can get out there. But like sometimes like they'll get a couple of bad shots, and now all of a sudden people are waiting. Best ball just keeps them moving.
Yeah, it also keeps everyone together too.
It does,
which is kind of dope,
Yeah. And no, it is fun. Like, because on average, I don't know, I end up doing like maybe around 5 tournaments a year. Like when I'm doing the tournaments, fine. But other than that, like I never want to do it. Like,
I want my score. I want to see how
like
you do, like how you get better or worse. That's why like my dad always say like sometimes just like don't worry about the score and just play. And like for me, it's like that's like playing basketball, not like keeping score. It's like I don't. I don't
people
do that.
say that
like,
to me too, and I honestly laugh.
It's like what are we like? Why are we not keeping score?
No, I totally agree. It's just funny how Domac said that.
Like, what are we just not going to keep score anymore?
No.
It's the whole point of the game.
No, it is. And how are you going to like gauge yourself and how you're improving? I get it. Like I get what your dad's trying to say, where it's like don't think about the score is what he's saying, really.
I mean, maybe, but
like
he tells
play
you
your
not even write down the score. Like,
you
like,
gotta have some.
score.
Well, because if you write it down, you're gonna be thinking about it.
I guess, yeah.
but you have to have a benchmark. I think that's the whole thing.
Yeah, she needs something, dude.
I mean, the only thing that would make sense for me where I wouldn't care about the score is like, remember when I was saying last year how I was able to, like, we were in Florida and we stayed at my friend's condo and we were able to just walk on the course, like play some holes, like then, like, okay, sure. Like, I'm still realizing what I'm getting, but I'm not like tallying it up. Like, that's fine. But other than that, right, Tony? I mean, could you see yourself ever really like playing and being like, like, I'm not gonna keep score today?
No, I don't think so, dude. No, not really. Especially at this point now, you know.
And I forgot when was the last time you played? It was with Dominic, but how long ago was that?
When was that tournament? No, it was spring break.
Before I started leaving and everything. So probably a month now.
It was before spring break.
Yeah, because I left. What's today's date? The 16th. I left on the 13th. I came back March 18th. Yeah,
that was that not spring break
the week
for Sacred Heart, right?
The week before, because I left the week after.
Right.
So a month and a week ago. It was during the spring week, but I'm just saying. It wasn't the same.
So it was a month ago.
Yeah, a month ago.
And no driving range.
Nothing. Literally cold turkey, dude. I know it's tough. But you know, just didn't have had time.
And then, but it'll be nice too, because then obviously we'll coordinate with Michael too. But Matthew coming back this weekend, I'll be at the game with him, so we can figure out like in the future, next couple of weeks, what day works for everybody to play, the four of us.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Really looking forward to that. I know Michael's jacked. He was kind of alluding to it. At the horseshoe. You were downplaying his excitement, but he was saying he was excited.
I mean, yeah, but we'll see. You know,
you're still downplaying it. You don't think he's excited.
Is he like it's like PGA Tour when he's playing PGA?
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be like PGA
Tour.
Give him
2 holes.
Yeah, give him a few holes, and he's like, all right, I'm kind of over this.
Just sits in the car.
Yeah.
Do you remember though the first time we played? I feel like you almost felt like that. Like the first time the four of us went.
Oh, PGA, yeah.
No, not PGA. Like actually a gainer. Like not. You know how I think we've played a couple times since.
Yeah.
The original.
Oh, the original time it was me, you, Matt, and yeah. I think towards the end I was like, all right, dude. I was like, dude, like, and it was sucking, dude. I was like, dude, this is just like.
But don't you think now, like that would never happen?
Yeah, I think so,
unless you really had one of them, but I don't think you would have one of those days.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Unless it was literally 20 beers before we teed off. Then.
Well, yeah,
anything could happen.
Anything would happen.
I guess
Michael Buckta again.
Producing again.
Comment time, please, boys.
And then telling us we owe him a good time. So a little demanding here the last couple times, huh?
Yeah, it's right. You owe me a good time next time I'm home. Whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
What about us?
Yeah.
What do you owe us?
Yeah, exactly.
We've shown you a good time a few times.
Yeah. Come on, Michael. What else we got?
Yeah, we got to start from the top here. My mother first here early enough. It says, good morning, fellas.
Hello, Mary.
Good morning, Mom. She's at work.
Good morning from the Borgata? No?
No, that'll be from Ooh La La, dude. And then Josh B in the house says, let's go. Yeah, dude. What up, fam? Let's have a day. He says hashtag TC, hashtag sports, hashtag DTV. Then Kev Taylor in the house as well, dude.
Let's go!
How about my Mets win streak, Yankees losing streak?
How about also tomorrow's 2 weeks till the 2nd?
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? How
that
quick
is
that
crazy.
Came up?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm pumped for that. That's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be a nice little.
I forgot what the name of I have it on my phone. But
of the club?
Yeah, was it Jim Beam? No, that was used to be a Yankee Stadium.
Well, I know Citi Field does. That's like one of their big sponsors is Jim Beam.
I actually should have it in my wallet. Yep. Okay. It is the Caesars Piazza 31 Hudson Club.
Oh, interesting, dude. Caesars Piazza. So like gambling and
because it used to be the Foxwoods Club.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the last times I was there before we went, and I remember just being like where are the blackjack tables? I know I believe you, but I still just can't fathom how they're. Remember you were telling me that there were actually live.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude.
Like not no screen or anything.
Right.
Like, literally, like you're at the Borgata, but inside of Citi Field.
I think it's Delta. Is it the Delta Club?
Maybe
I'm thinking of MSG, dude. Damn.
No, but even MSG,
MSG. No, I'm saying that at MSG, the Delta Club. I'm pretty sure
because Yankees have the Delta Sky box or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I'm just the only reason I'm saying that is because like New York gambling laws,
right?
I feel like don't allow it.
New York City, anyway.
Yeah. So we could do some investigating. Maybe
I think so.
On the 2nd, we'll try to get to talk to Gary Cohen. Maybe he could give us some insight there.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm sure he would know.
We
right?
could show him some clips of me talking about him and his broadcasting call.
Yeah.
See if I had a good imitation.
Yeah,
maybe.
dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be you and freaking Dan Grassa, dude. Fucking, oh my god.
Lemaire.
Michael Buckto also hyped for the Lakers win last night. Hashtag NBA sucks. Hashtag fuck Tatum. Hashtag fuck the Nuggets as well, dude.
In a quick
Nuggets
sidebar here.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Like wanting them to lose and stuff.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
I was saying this yesterday. I mean, that's how you get eliminated from the playoffs. But so me and my buddy Tyler, who you haven't met, he lives in Florida now. But I've mentioned how we used to play basketball all the time and stuff. But me and him were like the two biggest, like since I guess high school, like the biggest like LeBron fans. And it was like, we were like so pumped. Like every time like we'd watch like the NBA finals together and stuff. And he texted me last night, but I went to bed early. But I woke up at like, I don't know, like 4:30. And I answered him back. And somehow he was up and he's just like, I hope you're like still route for the king and stuff. And I was literally like, it's crazy what he's doing. Like, it would be nice to see. But to be honest, like, I'm a lot more excited for the Rangers to win the Stanley Cup. And then he said something like, but dude, he's crazy or something.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's so funny.
Oh, man. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of curious, Domac, with the Lakers. I see it as for this series, and maybe I'm way undercutting them, but I think they have a 20% chance to win the series. What do you think?
I mean, based off of last year, I'm going to say even less. I think like 10.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I think it's like a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, that's why I'm not like, I forgot the game was even on last night.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I think
Puncher's chance, Tony, or no?
Yeah, I'd give him a puncher's chance, I guess. You never know.
If they were to win, it would have to be like game 7, and the game would have to be tied going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
because LeBron just can't
and they might need like a hyperextension elbow from Jokic or something.
That's what I'm saying. Because like LeBron can't take over the entire game anymore. So, but if you put him in the fourth quarter tie game, you could probably do it. But you're asking for a lot.
One thing that, and I've used to always talk about this. I never talk about it anymore because I don't really watch basketball that much. But it does still piss me off. Like I still like so many people these days try to discount LeBron. Like just the finals record, this and that. It's like there's nothing to discount.
But I mean, like, do you really like? But do they really though, Brian? Because I feel like I don't know. Any clip I'm looking at, whenever they like even I think I want to say it was Stephen A. and
but
Russo.
Not Stephen A. though. That's the thing. I'm talking,
but not
more,
Stephen A.
Like so Skip Bayless, of course. Right. He is literally a paid actor.
Yeah.
And that's something else I could talk to you about for days, but. Other than him, I'm more talking about just casual fans like me and you, like Domac.
Yeah.
Like just so negative and just say like, and my buddy Squanto, Brandon Ori, he called in. He's always like hated them too. And they just like, it's just like one of those things like they just jump on it right away. And it's like, I just think it's case closed. I mean, he's no matter where you want to put him. I mean, he's top 3 all time. So it's
no, I agree.
So what do you like this kind of, and like, they're like about the finals record, and like you could have the debate forever, but it's like you're better off not going to the finals. I mean, I don't know. I just never understood that stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, like you said it, like he is like not arguably top 3 players of all time. I think that's where the argument comes in though. People argue who's number 1, but I think, I don't know. I still feel like for today's standards, I mean, everyone is compared to him. Like he is still put up on the pedestal of best player in the league right now.
Pedestal, and I just thought of it from the jersey over there. Like I just feel
from like Michael's jersey from UB,
Michael Jordan's jersey. But that people say he's so much ahead of him, and I get it. Like the Jordan era. I mean, I was only a couple years old. Like I didn't really see it, but I just think it's the pedestal is too ridiculous. There were too many other good players before. LeBron's a good player after. He's not in this class by himself, but everybody acts like that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because of the way he won and how dominant he was when he won those 6 rings, but like I wish I was there because like I don't know like what he did that really put a grip on like the entire world during those 2 3-peats.
Because I think Tony remembers this. It was like a long time ago, but I think it was actually when Lonnie first came to the studio and somebody called in and I was saying that I think he's the most overrated basketball player of all time.
I do remember.
And he just like completely with that. But that's everybody that's in that demographic, I would say from age 30 No. 40 to 65.
Mhm.
Like you try saying something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's like I don't know. I don't like I just feel like where's the accountability for we talk about 6 for 6, but what about the other 6 years? Like and it's like
Right.
True.
but you know what I mean? And it's like the same. So he gets a pass because he didn't make the finals and didn't do anything in the playoffs half of his career, but nobody will bring that up ever.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's tough on how you want to gauge it. You know, I mean, like you said, is it better for LeBron to not even go to the finals
Right.
than lose?
Right.
I mean, it does kind of seem that way because again,
But that's not true.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, again, but if you want to look at it statistically speaking, you could make the argument like when Jordan was kind of called upon to show up. I mean, he did,
showed up.
you know, for those big games.
Never played a game 7.
He's
in the
making,
finals. yeah,
like he's making those big
Well,
shots.
it's easier
He's the guy with
to
the ball
be
in his hands.
perfect though when you don't have as many opportunities though.
True.
That's true. I mean, there's nothing to debate.
Oh yeah,
there,
I guess so. Yeah, sure.
You know, and then also too, you know, his career wasn't as long. I just feel like we're like, you know what I mean? Like it's like where's the fact that LeBron's played an extra 8 seasons?
Yeah,
I mean that's a third of his career.
Yeah.
What I'll say about it is like before I was saying Jordan was the best, but probably over the last like 3 years, it's been slowly changing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's some things you just like can't argue. Like, like 21 years, you can't argue that. You can't argue all-time leading scorer. You can't argue that. He has 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, and 11,000 assists. You can't argue that. Like, I don't know. It's getting tougher and tougher to defend Jordan.
Wait, but how about 20 straight years of 25 and 5?
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
what's second on that list? I would love to know. Is it 10?
Probably.
What were you gonna say, Tony?
No, I was gonna say I also think it's so hard again because like you're comparing these two guys here, and like I don't know because people do that honestly in hockey too all the time too to compare things.
Bedard and Gretzky.
Yeah, Bedard and Gretzky, McDavid and Gretzky, but it's like, you know, obviously it's not that long time ago, but for the sport it is. I mean, hockey, you know, 30 years ago was really different.
Right.
The NBA 30 years ago, like the game was played really different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, again, like that also comes into effect. Like, how do you really compare these guys when they're from two different eras? They, you know, with two different types of athletes, obviously have two different types of careers here. I mean, I don't know. I think that people can just chalk it up as, like they were the greatest of their time, and that's it. You know,
no. And the thing I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he's the best over everybody else. I'm just saying the fact that people have the arrogance to say, no, you can't even have the discussion about
that is
Jordan
ridiculous.
Is insane.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because what about Bill Russell? What about Will Chamberlain?
Yeah,
like they just didn't. Kareem, they just didn't play. Like it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And we could catch up on the
there's some more comments, dude. Yeah, we have a ton more comments here. Let's see, dude. I wanted to get this one from Kev Do as well. He said, shout out to my Mets fan Tony. Shout out to Domac and Yankee Boy.
He said mess. He did say mess.
But I know he means Mets.
I know what he means, but that's what he said.
Okay. All right. And then we have Kev Duel says Buckta Tatum says he wants to hang out with you. And then Michael says you're starting to sound like my brother, dude, which is hilarious. Let's see. Michael Buckta wants to hang out Memorial Day. I don't know if we're gonna be here.
I think he missed this because I know he's been in and out of school and stuff. I will actually be in your favorite spot, San Diego. Yankees,
oh, that's
Padres,
right. He definitely missed that. Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend, Michael.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I'll be sure to send you some pictures.
Yes.
Southern California, the beaches, the beers, Michael.
Wow.
I know you're riled up.
Wow.
I'll see if I can snap a couple of pictures of some, maybe some eligible ladies that I can set you up with. I mean, we'll see what I can do. All right.
Yeah, totally right. Buckta says at the end of the day, he was happy that they won last night. That's right. That's right, dude. He also says Buster Only is too good of a reporter. Anyone?
I think
Buster
he's
Only?
got like a little bit of a man crush on Buster Only.
I think so too, dude.
I remember one time that he's like and he just every time he just matches him.
I mean, hey man, it's whatever, dude. Matthew Gabriel says, yes, let's go. Watch The Last Dance then, Domac.
I watched it. I'm just saying. I watched it and he was dominant. 2-3 feet.
Wow.
He was also an asshole.
Yeah.
That?
I mean, honestly, that's
addict.
honestly, dude. Like not a great guy, honestly, at the end of the day.
No.
He was a winner.
Sometimes winners aren't great guys. They're
but I think
feelings
at the end
for
of
winning.
The day, just like what we're talking about, slightly overrated.
But I mean,
people don't want to hear it, but that's the case.
Any chance you think LeBron is overrated or no?
Who how could he be? Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing to compare it to that longevity. What's there to overrate?
Yo,
This kid won't fuck.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
Like, he loves you, dude. Like, he has a crush.
Obviously, I know you're not going to tell me now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think it was something here, but then also there was two things you never told me about. There was something you guys were cracking about here.
Oh, yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay, that was yesterday. But then also
didn't talk about it.
Didn't talk. Not the sports sport. But the horseshoe. Something with you and Michael too. Didn't talk about.
Oh, we didn't get to explain to you after because I don't know. We just didn't think of it. But my buddy Gavin just always calls me around this time. And every single time I'll pick up the phone and be like, dude, like, I'm working right now. Like, I'm at an internship. Like, I'm doing something right now. And it's gotten to the point where, like, I've picked up and even he's chimed in and be like, dude, he's working.
What the fuck, dude?
And then he just called me again. I was telling you.
And he's like, dude, I don't care. Like,
he called me just asking.
I want to know what you're doing, dude.
What time are you going
crazy.
To
like,
what the hell, dude?
I feel like I've had a good run recently, but I swear there's been weeks at a time, months at a time. This is the most popular time. Just blow me up now.
Why?
I don't exist after this.
Literally.
Just blow me up right now, please.
Speaking of blowing you up, Matthew Gable says, "Hey, Bonds."
Hey, Ball.
He says, "Who cares?" Kobe's the GOAT, he says. And then Michael Buck says Jordan is the greatest athlete to play the game of basketball.
Stop it.
Now, well, I mean, greatest athlete is obviously more of a specific.
But I don't even think you could say that definitively.
That the greatest.
Well, I mean, no.
I
feel like you can't make any statement definitively when it comes to greatest of all time.
I think that's even worse of a statement, to be honest.
Matthew Gable says the comparison is ridiculous. They're both sick. The Harrison, dude. We know, he says. I will say, though, it pissed me off when people don't put Kobe in that conversation. I feel like that's not the case so much anymore. But if you don't put him in there, you're a fool.
He's three. Solidified 3.
Yeah, solidified. So okay, all right.
I put him at 3. Okay. That's about it. I'm just telling him.
Mal says Michael B, what's up, buddy? And he says Kev Do, Josh Boy, Kev says Matty G, Danny V says morning boys. Let's go, dude. Danny V, our newest YouTube member.
Oh wow, that's big.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna be there on the second, right?
He freaking better be, dude. Yeah, right? Like, why wouldn't
otherwise he might be removed from membership.
Honestly, dude. Yeah. Excommunicated.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, and then we can finally move on. I know this went a little longer than we thought. Josh riled from Matty G. But I think the thing with Kobe, and I think, I don't know, as years went on, I've kind of changed a little bit. But I think what I always kind of was like a little like saying like, oh well, he can't be the best, is I just thought he was at times like very like inefficient. And I know that goes both ways because he also was never afraid to take a shot, go for a game winner, go for a steal, all of that. But I think sometimes, like, especially early in his career, I think his selfishness was a deterrent and might have cost him more titles. Like that finals with Shaq against the Pistons. If they were on the same page, I think they win that series in 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, but see, I feel like they talk about that a lot. Like, don't you kind of feel like Shaq was the one who wasn't on the same page?
But Kobe couldn't work, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I knew it was Shaq, lazy, the drinking, literally.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what it was. Like, you have huge personalities right there. Obviously, one not budging for what they want at all. Obviously, and I'm sure there was no middle ground between the two. It was either like wake up at fucking 3 a.m. with Kobe or go on a binge and not at all to even work out. There was probably no middle ground. So, I mean, it is kind of crazy to hear, you've heard Kobe talk about that right after his retirement and stuff like that, even through the course of his career, and Shaq as well, about how many they could have won if Shaq worked hard. Yeah. And Matt also says, Barnes, pumped for Saturday. Can't wait, brother. The stadium bite, seeing you there. Kobe didn't want to give him the ball because Shaq was being a schmuck. And then Bernie will be there May 2nd, which is great. Huge news.
Looking forward to seeing him.
Yes.
That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, Shaq didn't want to put in the work, and then it was kind of messed up, and he must have instantly regretted it. But it was literally maybe the week before Kobe passed away, Shaq was tweeting saying that #facts that they would have won the series against the Pistons if he would have passed the ball or something ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and it was weird because it seemed like they had settled things. I don't know if you guys remember seeing this. And I know Matt saw it, but there was this thing on TNT where Shaq actually interviewed Kobe and they were talking about everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Where
remember
they
that.
sat down with all the trophies behind them.
Yeah, and that was awesome. And I
Yeah.
didn't understand how it got started up again. But these social media fights. And then lastly, to close this out, there's a big difference between Kobe and Shaq being on the same page and not being on the same page. If they're on the same page, they win. And that is Michael Butka.
Well said there.
Yeah, well said. Well said. So little NBA talk. Didn't see that one coming. But let's go on to everybody else's favorite topic besides us, golf. Okay, so we do have the RBC Heritage, Tony. Hilton at South Carolina. You guys been there? No. I've been there. Not to this course.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
No. You didn't just say. You asked us the question, probably knowing that I have been there. And I've been there? I've been there.
No, because I don't know. Domek was just on a golf trip, so I figured he might have been there. And I didn't even go there for golf. It was just I was with my family on vacation like probably 20 years ago. And we just drove there.
Waffle House?
No Waffle House, but they have a Disney resort there that we actually stopped
What,
in.
really?
They're free lemonade and cookies. It was enjoyable at the time. But yeah, haven't got the golf there. Definitely want to. And one more from Josh B. MJ1, Kobe 2. See, Josh is part of that demographic too, with like the whole Jordan and like LeBron stuff. But hey, it's all right. Respect the opinion. I know Josh knows his stuff. I think it's just tough. They grew up in that era. They saw what he did to the Knicks. I think that's also part of it as well. I do think. Don't you think though? That's part of it.
No, for sure.
Also, like the late flop. I feel like Josh is taking other things like into account in terms of grading him.
Exactly.
Which I mean, again, LeBron seems like not a great person either, in my opinion.
But I think, probably better than Michael Jordan, though.
Michael Jordan, I don't know. LeBron seems fake sometimes, dude.
And what was Michael Jordan? I
feel like he was just an asshole, kind of,
But that's apples and oranges. And
no, that's true.
Yeah. Anyhow, so RBC Heritage here. This coming from the Harbortown Golf Links. This tournament has been around since Tony's favorite year, 1969.
Great year. Let's go Mets.
The yardage here, par 71, 7,191 yards. I believe some of the smallest greens on the PGA Tour as well.
Oof-ah.
And I had mentioned this yesterday, but typically this tournament didn't get the best field just because of its placement on the schedule. But now being that, if you think back to 2022, purse was $8 million because it's elevated the last 2 years, $20 million, both last year and this year. So that attracts a good field. We have all the top names and no news on Mrs. Scheffler with the baby. So I guess Scotty will be in the field, but it's just kind of interesting because they were thinking maybe, last week, is it going to happen this week? Who knows? But looking at, the past tournaments here. So we talked about the exciting playoff between Fitzpatrick and Spieth last year. Fitzpatrick almost holing out from like 200 yards out, winning at 17 under. Jordan Spieth won in the playoff over Patrick Cantlay the year before at 13 under. Stuart Sink is actually a 3-time champion. Could you look? Is he in the field, Tony?
Let's see.
I kind of think no, but I just wasn't sure because you could search
him.
Yeah,
that's right.
But he won in 2021.
Nope.
19 under.
Maybe it's
no, you spell it a different way, but I think he's still not in the field though, right? No, he's not. But he's actually won this tournament 3 times. He won 19 under, 4 strokes clear of Grillo and Varner back then. Webb Simpson, 22 under, won in 2020. You had Pan Sheng Sung, 12 under. In 2019, you had Satoshi Kodara winning in a playoff at 12 under in 2018, and then Wesley Bryan 13 under over Luke Donald in 2017. So funny. I just feel like it's like I distinctly remember previewing this last year. Like, you know what I mean? Like just reading the guys that won the tournaments and stuff, and it's just crazy how it's like come full circle time again, Tony, right?
So crazy, dude. Yeah.
But if you look at this, scoring wise here, it's kind of middle of the road, obviously 17 and 19 to the last 3 years. So it seems like people have found some better success than maybe in previous years. But definitely a beautiful course. Looking forward to watching the tournament and just taking a look at the power rankings. So they go defending champion Matthew Fitzpatrick at 1, Cameron Young at 2, Xander Schauffele at 3, Colin Morikawa at 4, Patrick Cantlay at 5, Shane Lowry at 6, Cam Davis at 7, Ludwig Aubert at 8, Scotty Scheffler at 9, Brian Harmon at 10, JT Poston at 11, Jordan Spieth narrowly losing last year, winning in 2022, but not playing some good golf at 12. Wyndham Clark also has been struggling recently. He's at 13. You got Zalatoris at 14, Russell Henley at 15. So, a loaded field, lots of names, great course. So I think definitely a good follow-up, after Augusta here. But I know you've done your homework here, Tony. What are your thoughts on a winner and a sleeper?
Obviously, Scotty comes to mind, but I'm not going Scotty, dude. I don't know. I have a feeling that he's gonna leave.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it.
I don't think he's gonna do the whole tournament. There's no way.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And obviously he's gonna try. He would not show up at all. So I'm gonna stray away from him. Hell no to Rory. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess if I really have the pick of the litter here, I'm gonna go with Aubert.
I knew you were gonna do it. I had in my head. I know you don't believe me, but I had
it. I believe you. I mean, obviously, his performance last weekend, I don't need to talk about. And I just think that he's that type of player. I mean, I don't know. I just watching him after the Masters too. He just seemed so relaxed and happy to be there.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's going to be like, he feels pressure to do well, whatever. Maybe he blows it a little bit. Like, he just competed on a very high stage,
right.
With, the best golfers in the world here. So, I mean, I cannot even, it's so hard to argue that he will not follow it up with, like, he's a lock for top 5, I feel, like, and if not, obviously right now, I'm going to say he's going to win. And I'm going to say he's going to win with a score of, I'm going to say 18 under.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely like that pick. And what about on the other side of things here, Tony?
In terms of my sleeper pick?
Yeah.
I know that's kind of tough, dude. I know I was going to take a page out of your book and go with Ashke. But I'm going to go with Thomas Dietrich, actually.
Okay.
I forget what tournament was around Easter weekend. I know. I fucking always forget. No, I wasn't Val.
The one right after Valspar.
No.
That was the one.
Valero?
Whatever that weekend was.
Was it Valero?
Could have been, right?
Anyway, it was definitely that.
Yeah.
That tournament. I remember watching him Easter weekend, and like he had some great iron work, some solid putting. He was in the field. I think he finished top 5. I don't know why I was just sitting here. I could easily just look it up, actually. So profile here. Just want to finish his results, dude. No, results. Thank you. Was Valspar? No, it wasn't. It was the Texas Children's Houston Open.
There, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tied for second, dude.
There we go.
Hitting the ball really well. So give me him as my sleeper, dude.
All right.
Belgian boy.
There we go. Thomas Dietrich. What are you thinking, Domac?
I'm thinking either Max Homa or Morikawa. Which one am I going to lean to?
Colin Morikawa, by the way, another guy who just seems so like cool and just happy to be here. Like no matter what, he's just like, I'm happy. I'm freaking golfing.
I'm gonna pick Max Homa just because after like the way he talked after the Masters, seems like he's so determined. Like I feel like he's just gonna come out there and just really want to win one. So I think he's gonna go out there and get a win. Just because I don't think Scotty's gonna make it to the weekend.
Yeah,
if Scotty makes it to the weekend, then I mean, Scotty's gonna win. But if he doesn't, I'm picking Max Homa.
Okay, and then wait, I'm sorry. Did you say a sleeper? I know Homa to win.
My sleeper, I'm gonna choose Ricky Fowler because I feel like once a year there's like one time where Ricky comes back, makes a resurgence for one tournament, whether he wins it, gets top 3. So I'm thinking maybe right now is going to be the time. He had a bad Masters. Maybe he wants to come back. He did have
a terrible Masters, dude.
Maybe he wants to come back and play a little better. So
do you think he wants to come back and play better?
I mean, I would hope so.
I would think so too. What the fuck? I'm curious to see what Brian's gonna pick.
Yeah,
honestly, even for your sleeper too. Yeah,
doesn't make any sense based on what we've seen recently. But I'm going with tournament history, course history. Jordan Spieth won it in 2022, playoff last year. If he's gonna turn it around, I mean, would it not be here? So I think, I think he's due to have a strong tournament. This is the week. And then in terms of a sleeper here, I'm going to go with Seamus Power. We haven't heard from him in a while. No, he is, I would say kind of one of the more underrated golfers on the tour. He's won before. And some weeks he just has it. And this could be that week. And before we move along here, though, a couple more comments here.
Yeah, I guess you can say we do here. Let's see. Wow, Michael Buck says, Barnes, will we ever see each other again in person?
I mean, a little dramatic for Mr. Buck at this
I
point,
think
huh?
so. I don't know. I feel like this week, get to the comments, hurry up, the dramatics,
and then
dude.
there's like, we need to hang out right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, otherwise it's never happening again.
And then Michael Buck says, Kev Do, Aaron Judge told me he wants to have scotch with you at Mohegan.
Kind of interesting he goes with that call. Scotch at Mohegan.
Scotch at Mohegan. And I don't know. You think Judge drinks scotch? I don't think so, dude.
Nah.
He says, I don't hate Judge only if it's McCowan 18. Kev Do says, wow, like a haughty-tawdy guy.
Scotch is so disgusting.
And then Michael Buck says, I think Aaron Boone would love to have a nice coffee date with you, Kev Do. Kev Do says, only if it's Bustelo.
Oh my God.
So there we go, dude. Michael Buck says, I miss you boys a lot.
Of course, Michael, but doesn't mean it's over and we're never gonna see you again.
Dude.
All right.
Come
on.
Just
take it easy, buddy. So TV coverage, Golf Channel tomorrow, 3 to 6. Golf Channel 3 to 6 on Friday, 1 to 3 on golf on Saturday, 3 to 6 on CBS. So Jimmy Nance going back to back here. And then Sunday, same thing, 1 to 3 on golf, 3 to 6 on CBS. And of course, available ESPN Plus, PGA Tour Live, as well as Peacock. So lots of options, lots of viewing options.
What's the deal with this?
That's the alternate, the Corrales Punta Cana Championship from the DR.
Why do they do the two tournaments?
We go to field and then sort it by OWGR. No, over there, down, left, right there. Yeah. Okay, so Hogard, Noren, Hubbard, Rye, Horschel. Okay, I mean, some guys we've heard of. But anyway, so the reason they do this is because, remember, all of the signature events, or what? Is it called the signature events still? Yeah, signature events. There's a limited field. So these, the Harbor Town used to be a full-fledged event. So this way, by having these alternate events, they give the other guys on tour that weren't in the ranking qualification chances to play. So that's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Could have been us.
And wow, Michael, a little man crush on Jimmy Nance.
Jimmy Nance, he says, my man, love Nance. And then
Ian Eagle or Garbo.
Wow, Ian Eagle. I think
Ditas is ridiculous. I'm fine with
you like Eagle. Yeah,
I like Eagle. But Ditas is like, he's just too dramatic.
I think I maybe watch a little more.
Yeah, no, we can. I'm sure we could pull up some good clips. Anyhow, let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeouts.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Well. All right, baby. Let's go. MLB time. Everyone's favorite time. That's right. Michael Buck is still tight on Ditas. Wow, former Lakers reporter. So glad he got fired. Wow, dude. Anyway, let's get to some baseball here. Super stoked to be talking about a Mets victory last night. Obviously, Brian's back for a hot second, so we'll start with some Mets talk here. I would say a great Mets game here. They beat the Pirates 3-1. Obviously, Kev Do alluded to it, the win streak here. I believe the at-home win streak, too, specifically. But they improved to 9-8 now, above 500, 5-6 at home. I believe that's 5 in a row at home now. And we had Adrian Hauser get the nod here for the Mets. Actually, against a guy in the Pirates. What was his name? Jared Jones, dude. I don't know much about Jared Jones. If he was a highly touted prospect, 22-year-old from California. Maybe he was. I'm just trying to see where he was drafted. Does it tell you he's a rookie? I know that. ESPN is sometimes the fucking worst with that, dude.
It really doesn't tell you. That's terrible.
I know. Literally, ESPN's so bad with baseball. Sometimes you gotta go like Baseball Reference. He was drafted in the 2nd round in 2020, dude. Jared Jones, Brian. Have you heard of him? No, me neither, dude. Dude, started last night. Oh, my bad. Consistently through 100.
Oh.
Like, actually, it was like pretty impressive. His final line for the night, 5 innings, 1 hit given up, was like a Pete Alonso double, actually. Had 7 Ks, threw only 59 pitches too through those 5 innings, so super efficient. But obviously they pulled him out, and it's kind of funny. He was quoted afterwards saying that no matter what tonight, I was going to be given 5 innings, no matter how I did. And so it's like, do you want me to like? It was pretty interesting because he said, "Do you want to see me down the road, or do you want to see me shut down?" So like, I'm cool with this call. Which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That you hear that from a pitcher, because I feel like you don't hear that very often, dude.
Yeah, but I just I don't know. I just think this whole thing with like the innings limits and stuff, all these injuries you've seen, just stop with restraints and stuff. Just let guys go and ask them how they feel instead of like capping pitches and innings. No.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's tough in a season that was riddled with pitching injuries so far.
Yeah.
To make that argument, because I don't know, man. I mean, I think maybe managers and medical staff should be looking out more so, because clearly, like, a lot of these pitchers, like any other athlete, will try to play through the pain. So I mean, I don't know, man. It should be interesting to see if that's more of a norm now. Because I mean, listen, you look at the Yankees, you look at the Mets rotation, it's all 5 innings. But
even specifically with the Yankees, like just the last couple of years, like this guy needs a day, that guy needs, and it's like, well, everyone was injured, so why can't we just play and just not do that? Like, it's like, hello, like I don't know why that's like so difficult.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree. It's something that needs to be figured out too, like immediately. Nonetheless, getting back to the Mets game here, as I said, Jose Quintana with the start here. Again, 5 innings.
Give me 5.
Through 94 pitches here, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 Ks. And now again, like, I mean, not terrible for Quintana here, in terms of his starts, in terms of what we've seen from him so far this season. But, struggle with some control, 3 walks. That's probably 1 more than you want to see. 4 hits, the 5 innings. It's just not enough, dude. And then you got to bring in Reed Garrett, and you're asking him for 2 innings. And thank God he did well. I mean, the pitchers did great, and there really wasn't really a ton of action, honestly. Like, as I mentioned, Jared Jones gave up 1 hit through 5. Jose there did do a good job in limiting, runs scored there from the Pirates. Obviously, the top of the 5th gave up, an RBI single to Reynolds. After that, clearly, was pulled. They bring in Reed Garrett for 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 Ks over those 2 innings, though. So obviously his strikeout stuff was there. He was really good, 31 pitches over those 2 innings. I think Garrett came over to the Mets last season. Definitely, I don't think I've ever seen him throw 2 innings for the Mets. And they bring in Lopez too in the 8th to set up Drew Smith actually for the save in the 9th. But before we get to that, we had some great scoring here in the 7th inning by the Mets. And it's here. I actually haven't looked it up though, but Brett Beatty left the game around the 5th inning, I think, with left hamstring tightness. In comes Joey Wendell, dude, which is actually pretty interesting because here we go in the 7th inning. And I don't know why I moved that, but Wendell comes up, bottom of the 7th here with 2 men on, 2 outs, mind you, too. And obviously he's batting now in Beatty's spot. If he wasn't there, Beatty would be batting. But so Wendell came in a big spot here. He gets that RBI single, bloop single to left field that drops in perfectly. That scores. Lindor brings Alonso to 3rd, makes it a 1-1 game. So Wendell with, in the big spot, ties the game for the Mets. And then the pitcher for the Pirates, Hernandez, balks. So he balks Alonso in, gives the Mets the lead. Wendell goes to 3rd. McNeil, who is at the plate, obviously now feels less pressure, but a huge 2-out hit by McNeil as well. Another, just putting the bat to the ball, getting some contact, a bloop to left field, getting Wendell to score there, making it a 3-1 game. I believe McNeil snapped an 0 for 12 skid here with this big hit. So you have to see that again. Seeing McNeil just making contact and seeing
he can do it.
Exactly, dude. So I mean, that's what happens when you get contact with the ball in the bat. Like it's things can happen, go into motion, which is great. Mets find themselves up 3-1. Mendoza goes to Drew Smith here in the ninth. First save opportunity this year, fourth of his career, and he does get that fourth save of his career. 1 inning, no hits given up, 12 pitches, 2 strikeouts. Again, on the fastball too. You love to see that. Attacking batters up and in. I believe someone else flew out too, and they get that last strikeout. I want to say it was a changeup, low and away. So that was great to see from Drew Smith. As I mentioned, his fourth save of his career. That's huge. His ERA now out of the bullpen is 1.08. As a pitching staff, I think they had 13 strikeouts between all the pitchers, which is great. And obviously we know, again, I know it's the Pirates, but hey, I mean, the Pirates have had a good start to the season and they struck out a lot, but still, I mean, they're kind of a dark horse team that's going to be good. We know about their talent and obviously their pitcher and Jared Jones here. They have some talent there. But for the Mets, I think it's their seventh game out of their last 9 where it was a come from behind victory late in the game. So I mean, you got to admit at this point, I mean, it seems like, your starting pitchers aren't giving you length, but they have been holding teams to a limited amount of runs, specifically too in this Pirates series. And then you have some clutch hitting by a lot of guys, like obviously Beatty here, Harrison Bader for the last few games as well. And then, McNeil in this game as well. We've seen Beatty and Alvarez with clutch hits. Alonso looked good last night, 2 for 4. Lindor, an 0 for 3 spot. Did score once, but obviously still struggling at the plate, batting $145. I want way more. Yeah. I will say what is pretty cool though is so far it seems the Mets fan base has been like literally giving him standing ovations at the plate just to try to encourage him. So you have to see that, and you get some good defensive plays too. I was talking to back for the show. Bader had a great sliding outfield catch.
No, he's always been good on defense.
In the second, third inning. To save an extra base hit, which would have been no doubt. But it was interesting too, because I feel like he's just a little bit slower than I want him to be. I was telling Domac, it's like, he made this great sliding catch because he wasn't quick enough to get there, Okay. But I mean, obviously he's a smart man defensively, took a good line to the ball. So, I mean, you can't really argue with that. And again, I know Pittsburgh Pirates and, you look at these last 2 series and I know, like Brian, you're like, they're above 500 now. They've won 5 in a row now or 4 in a row here at home. They're looking good, dude.
That has nothing to do with the team. Tight though about that.
No, I mean you got to be tight. I understand now it's a Tuesday night, but still, this weekend I think they'll get there. Yeah. What I'm saying is why are you hyped? I'm like, I'm hyped that they're doing better, but you look at these past 2 series against the Braves, against the Pirates. I mean, you saw the Braves make some really stupid defensive moves. The Pirates too. Who's there? This guy Joe, Connor Joe. Who he was in right field 2 nights ago, made some really piss poor throw indecisions, which gave the Mets some runs here. And then even in this game too, I think in the 3rd inning, Nimmo had a diving catch in left, but caught it off the bounce. And Joe was on first, thought it was a catch. So he went back to first base, even though Reynolds was on first base because it was a base hit, and then he ended up getting thrown out. I don't know. These past 2 teams we've played, there's been some really stupid mistakes by the opposing team, which led us to either not give up runs or score runs in the end of it. And I understand it's sometimes baseball teams you play will make mistakes, but I don't know. I want to see some more I want to see more out of our starting pitchers still. I want to see more out of some of our guys in the lineup. Marte had a bad game. I said Lindor had a bad game. Alvarez didn't do much either. We didn't score a ton. I understand they had a good pitcher, but I want to see dominant victories against, good teams here, Yeah. And again, I understand, I love these late game pushes. I love the grit. I love the camaraderie, the emotion out of these players. It shows that they can play for each other, which is great. And they seem to be rallying around Mendoza, which is nice that they enjoy Mendoza's company list as far as I can see. But like I said, I want to see some dominant victories. I want to see some sweepages here. All right. I know we've been winning series now. I want to see some dominant sweeps.
Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, nevertheless, I think it's definitely positive. It's in the right direction, and I think you definitely will, get a little more riled if Sevy shoves today, right?
Yes, that would be great.
Like 12 Ks over 6. Stop.
Happy camper right there. And then they get the sweep. That'd be great. I'd love
We're
that.
talking who they play next.
It's a great question. Who they play next? I want to say I don't know why I hit roster schedule. I don't know why. I'm thinking why. Oh no, the LA. That's right, dude. They go to the Los Angeles for the Dodgers, then San Francisco, and then they're back home against homestand St. Louis, Chicago. So I mean,
it's a tough road trip.
It is a tough road trip. But Dodgers, I don't know. I mean, they seem to have struggled a little bit, against the Padres we saw in their last series. So you never know, dude.
Yeah, I mean, either way, though, it's a little harder than playing Pittsburgh and Kansas City.
Oh yeah, no doubt, dude. And you're gonna be on the West Coast, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully you can win the next 2 series as well. I don't think it's out of the question, but we'll see.
Tickets as low as your bottom dollar for this one, $3.
$3, dude.
Oh,
kind of crazy, dude.
It is. But hey, be happy with a win. I wish I could say the same on my end, Tony, as the Yankees drop the second game of their series with the Blue Jays 5-4. And just it got started on the wrong foot. Kikuchi. I mean, I guess, we did have the run there in the second inning on the Trevino single, but again, I feel like I've seen this in the games that we lose. We have opportunities, and it's like we get 1 run instead of 5 runs, and that's what's costing us. So the Blue Jays, answered back, scoring in the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th, the 6th. And the problem there, Rodon, he only gave us 4 innings. He throws 100 pitches. He walks 4, gives up 3 runs. I mean, it just wasn't good in command. Anytime you're walking batters, giving free passes, I mean, teams are going to take advantage, and that kind of did us in. And sure, if Luke Weaver didn't give up 2 runs over an inning and a third, maybe we win this game because Birdie and Gonzalez did their jobs. But it just at the end of the day, it's just tough. And I know the Yankee organization specifically, based on what he did last year, are very high on Luke Weaver. But I'm not. I don't know. I feel like there's a reason why he's a journeyman, and why his ERA was like 6 last year with the other teams.
Yeah.
So he kind of annoys me. I wish like Clayton Beater was pitching instead of him. But that sure, I mean, that didn't help. But again, offense needs to do better. 5 runs in these first 2 games here. Runners in scoring position, a problem again. 1 for 7, 5 left on base. 10 strikeouts, 4 for Anthony Volpe, which is kind of strange because he's been so hot recently. Only batter with 2 hits was Verdugo, so good to see him going. His averages went from the 160s to the 240s over the last week, which is great. Another 0 for 4 for Anthony Rizzo, as well as Aaron Judge. So Judge is continuing to struggle here, and you got to hope that, with the off day tomorrow, homestand coming, that he could, have a good performance this afternoon. A late rally in the 9th, was stopped short 5-4 off of closer Jordan Romano, who was making his first appearance of the year after missing some time with elbow inflammation. But at the end of the day, Yankees fall 5-4. Obviously, the hot start record, despite 3 straight losses, still 12-6. But it's just one of those things. It's a division rival. Like, you got to show up today. You got to win because you got the off day tomorrow. You want to go home.
You can't get swept
with some momentum, and there's no reason to get swept. You really should have won both of these first 2 games. But at least if you could salvage this one, 13-6 start, into another division series at home over the weekend, I mean, I think you'll take it. Now, pitching matchup, Stroman versus Gaussman today. Gaussman has gotten hammered. Yankees hit him around last time. So kind of like the opposite of what they do against Kikuchi, who I don't know, all of a sudden he's like a Cy Young Award winner.
Kind of crazy, right?
Doesn't make any sense. It seems like it's a matter of time that he implodes, but that's another story. Stroman wasn't great last time, but was great in his other starts, so I expect him to bounce back. And let's get the offense going early. Aaron Judge, let's go. Stanton had that hot streak. Now he's cooled off a little bit. let's just get some runs early. It just seems like, I know it hasn't been, but we're so dialed into every game. It just feels like it's been a while since we've gotten off to like, oh, it's 5-0 in the third inning and we're just cruising. It seems like we've been chasing, the last few days, and you can't do that. So I definitely think they're going to bounce back today. So no panicking, but win today, please. And me and Matt were texting about this last night. It just
need it, dude.
It's just so hard, when you're such a devoted fan, to just not like be tight. Like, when I was telling him, it's just hard. You go to bed tight, you wake up, it's like you just need the game to start, and you want to get things back to the way that they were going prior to this 3-game losing streak, which, like I said, I think they will. So that being said, let's do an abbreviated baseball frenzy.
Frenzy time it is. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. April 17th, the hump day around the MLB. The first of many, or the second of many, doesn't even matter. Let's go Toronto Blue Jays, 307. No, wait, I forgot. This is your thing. I was like, wait a minute, that's not the first game.
But abbreviated, so it's your pick.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. Oh, wow. My God, dude. We're blowing it, dude. Let me go 1:10 p.m. Citi Field. The Mets, 18,000 strong here at Citi Field today. Honestly, probably less Wednesday. Nonetheless, dude, Luis Severino on the mound here. Obviously, Severino, another one of those pitchers who has not gotten the length, but has limited the amount of runs giving up here. His ERA over 15 innings pitched is a 3 on the dot. 17 Ks over those 15 innings too, so has some strikeout stuff. I will say that today, for the first time, like Brian alluded to, 6 innings from Sevy. 2 hits, 8 Ks, 1 walk, 1 earned run. And I think Alonso gets his 7th home run of the season, being the outlier home run leader in the league. Brett Beatty, probably not in the lineup.
Yeah. Is he going to go on the injured list? I heard about that.
Is this the lineup already, actually?
That is the lineup.
Zach Short, baby. Shoe alumni,
Shoe
baby.
U.
That's right. Coming hot out from Shoe U. I say he gets his first dinger as a Met today. Off of this guy, Bailey Falter, by the way, with a 4 ERA over 15 innings pitched. I say the Mets go on to win this one. I'll say it's 5-2. So give me Mets and the under. They get the sweep against the Pirates. First of many of the season. Let's go, dude.
Wow, that would be impressive. Pirates coming into this series were 11-5. Lost dropping to 11-8. We talked about it. Yankees, let's go. I mean, quit messing around. Blue Jays are a mediocre team. We can't be playing down to their level, but let's keep Gausman. Let's keep that pop streak going. He's also been terrible against the Yankees over the course of his career. All that, and then Stroman coming home to Toronto. So I think he shoves 6 scoreless, and I think we score 9 runs. Let's go. We scored 5 the first 2 games. Let's score 9 today, and let's win this game. I'm going to say 9-4, and we're going to see 2 Aaron Judge home runs. Let's get back on track, and let's head to the Bronx.
I mean, Judge knows he needs it. Next up here, I'm going to take the Padres, 1:10 p.m. in Milwaukee, American Family Field here, taking on the Brewers. Michael King here, 2-0 with a 4.19 ERA through 19 and 30 innings pitched. Looks like he'll be getting the start against Bryce Wilson, who got a little popped, I guess, in his first 2 starts. Gets obviously some strikeouts here. Got 10 Ks over the 2 starts. Give up 3 home runs, though, 8 hits, a 5.19 ERA. Christian Yelich on the IL, I believe, too, a 15-day IL stint. So it's pretty interesting. Obviously going to be a little tough for their offense there. But William Contreras obviously pick up the slack there, batting .375. But I'm going to say Xander Bogaerts, who has a career 4 hits, 2 RBIs against Wilson. I'll say he goes maybe 3 for 4 today with a couple RBIs and a dinger for him. Leading the Padres, I'm going to say to a 6-4 victory. Give me Padres and the over Jake Cronenworth also showing some defensive skills. Jackson Merrill, the rookie, killing it, batting .333 for the Padres as well. Offensive explosion, definitely Padres in the over. Let's go, baby. Next game. Brian.
All right. The rating from yesterday, I took it yesterday. I'll take it again. Give me the Royals over the White Sox. I heard a bite on Boomer and Gio this morning, I guess. Ozzie Guillen does the color analyst for the White Sox, the former manager of the team, kind of poking fun. The opposing teams want to go up against the White Sox, this and that, 2-14. So give me the Royals, 9-0 here, an absolute blowout. So Royals, and let's see, what do we got for the over?
8.5.
So it is an over, and they take game 1 here.
Absolutely love it, dude. Third and final for me here.
You're the over, right, for the Padres?
Yes, Padres in the over, I say. Michael Walker. Oh, that's the game 2. Oh, I think I will take game 2 of the Royals doubleheader, 5:10 p.m. I think Royals go for the sweep here of the day. Eric Petty on the mound for the White Sox. The White Sox, there's no way Chicago has the wherewithal to withstand a doubleheader, honestly, I think at all. There's no way. Michael Wacha, not a great start with the 4 ERA. I think he got popped against the Dodgers a little bit. But nonetheless, 17 strikeouts over 18 innings pitched, so it's doable for him. I say he goes 5 2/3, 8 Ks, 2 earned runs, maybe a walk, a home run given up nonetheless, dude. But the Royals go on to win game 2. I'll say 4-1. So it's probably going to be Royals and the under. And then you have it for me.
All right, and I'm going to say Dodgers in the over. I know their pitching staff in shambles. They bounced back with the win yesterday. They'll win again today. You got Landon Knack starting for them versus Jake Irvin, Tony. Mookie Betts, 5 hits yesterday. Freddie Freeman hits those 3 home runs today as the Dodgers win 10-2 over the Nationals, and that is your abbreviated baseball frenzy.
Do you need an extra game?
I do.
Do you need 2 extra games actually now?
I do, but the music stopped. Do we just do it tomorrow?
It's up to you.
I could slam it back on.
All right, you know what? Slam it.
Yeah.
Slam it like it's Tony and a Guinness, the horseshoe. All right, so the extra 2, Cardinals, the sweep over the A's. Stephen Matz, one of Tony's personal favorites, getting the start for them. A's have actually been competitive, but let's be real. They're a dumpster fire. So give me the Cardinals and the over. So a day of overs for me. I think they win 8-3 in Oakland. And then final game here.
The Mariners. Yeah?
I had it up. Literally.
There we go, dude.
Give me the Mariners, Tony. I'm big on Bryce Miller. Have him on a couple fantasy teams. 25 years old, 2-1, 1.96. Going up against Abbott. So it could be a pitcher's duel. Not really, though. I think the Mariners get the bats going. Another over. Five overs for me today.
Wow.
I'm going to say the Mariners win this game 8-2. Miller striking out 14 over 6 innings. And that is your abbreviated baseball frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here?
We have quite a few comments actually here. Let's see.
Kevin Harlan.
Kevin Harlan is great.
Games. Tony. Very own Tom Selleck. Michael Bucca, 100%.
Too cool of a guy, dude.
Last night, yes, I did, but I still woke up at 4. Like I'm Josh B, and he says the frenzy. So he's riled up. Let's get some wins today, huh?
And we are back, baby.
Yeah. So really, I just wanted to mention, obviously, the Rangers season over. Mm-hmm. Hockey's still churning, but we did see the Capitals clinch last night. So it is going to be Rangers Capitals, Tony. And I just kind of wanted to, just quickly get your take there. What are your thoughts on that matchup for the Rangers as they're in their quest for their first Stanley Cup in 30 years?
I mean, listen, man, I'm not that I'm nervous, obviously, but again, like playoff hockey, Rangers, I'm always a little uneasy because it's just nerve-wracking. But I think that the matchup for them in the Capitals, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think the Capitals are going to have the longevity here. There's no way. Again, we saw them kind of go on some streaks, some win streaks at the end of the season there, but they still falter, you know? And honestly, like last night against the Flyers, like it was a 1-1 game, you know, late in that third period. I don't know if you saw, but Tortorella pulled the goaltender in a tie game.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. Got a lot of backlash for it, but he did need a regulation win in order to make the playoffs. So he was just doing everything he could, whatever. But I mean, the Caps almost lost that game, dude. And I don't know, man. I just think that their talent pool, again, you look at Ovechkin, again, it's nice. His career, TJ Oshie, is heating up at the right time. They have a lot of young guys, different coach now, right, this season. But I don't know, dude. I just don't think they have what it takes to hang with the Rangers this season. I really don't.
I think decent possibility we swoop.
Yeah, I would say decent possibility. Again, you know, Dylan Strome, I know he's your guy, I guess.
Right.
John Carlson's a good defender too. But again, look at these stat leaders: 67 points, 65 points, 52
yeah, there's
points.
Just not a lot of offense.
Just not the playmakers they need to beat a team like the Rangers. Tom Wilson undoubtedly will be playing physical. I wouldn't be too surprised if you see a dirty hit from him. Historically, the Rangers and him do not mix well. I also would be surprised, you know, I mean, again, like Rangers go up 2-0. In the series, Rempe fights Wilson. Wilson is going to get absolute clobbered. Yeah.
Flying all over the ice.
Literally, dude.
Quite literally, Tony.
But you know, like, again, like if I'm the Rangers, you're still like, you're not, you know, don't take these people for granted.
Yeah. Dominate game one and set the tone early.
You got to dominate game. I'm trying to see what this asterisk next to these players.
I think it means that they were traded, right? No longer on the team.
No longer on the team, right? Yeah. That's right. I think so, but this doesn't tell you that. Because I'm like looking at this guy, I'm like, Kuznetsov isn't playing for them anymore.
No, that's what it is. 100%.
Yeah. Anthony Mantha isn't anymore. Okay, cool. I thought so, but still, some other guys to look out for. You know, Sonny Milano. You know, Max Pacioretty. You know, those are two guys that are lower on the stat list that could be scorers. Nick Dowd, veteran players. You know. So there's certainly, like, again, like I don't want the Rangers coming here and think it's going to be a rollover team. These are the Capitals. Ovechkin is always looking to win. Lurking. You know, he really is always lurking in the background, and he's that type of player. If you give him the opportunity, you know, he's going to be scoring. He's going to make you look like a fool. So that's my take.
And game one should be Sunday, right?
I believe it is, dude. I'll double check right now.
I don't think it's set just because not like
all the games are finished.
Well, also all the teams are set, but they haven't come out with the playoff schedule for whatever reason.
I guess because
I was looking up tickets.
Thursday is the last.
But so maybe seeding could change, but the teams are set.
Yeah,
that's what it is for the West. The East is done.
Yes, the East is done.
Right.
Look, everyone's clinched. Everyone's eliminated. That's it. I mean, I suppose that's it. No, yeah, exactly. There's no way that. I'm sorry.
It would just be the West, just with like seating. But I
guess
what would it? Oh, it would be no. Is anybody separated by
anyone in the Pacific?
Or if the Kings could jump to the first wild card, or that? Oh, yeah, they could.
I guess they could. Yeah,
that's what it. And maybe they have the tiebreaker. I guess.
Regular season wins. Wow. So they need
be tied, but then we go to the second tiebreaker, and apparently they would have the second tiebreaker. That's why the schedule's not out.
Probably, yeah.
That has to be the only reason.
Right.
Nobody else can catch anybody.
I wonder what the second tiebreaker is.
Edmonton's two games to go.
Really? Oh,
but they still can't catch Vancouver anyway.
Well, if they win, 2-4, no, they'll be 1-8. They have 2 games left. Freaking pieces of shit, dude. Yeah. So they're playing tonight and tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. But hey, I'm excited. But yeah, I think it is Sunday. Should be game one from the Garden. Rangers and Capitals. Wait for that, Tony. But yeah, here we are. Stretch run, the golf tomorrow.
Pumped, dude.
Yep.
Really excited. And really appreciate everybody who joined us and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane. Costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Let's go Mets!
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.